Hi, this is Raymond from Tesla Offer. Today we will try to teach you how to install our Tesla light strip here. So for some Model S pre 2015, you can check it yourself. If your letter is more like this, you need to swap out this applique. Yeah, you can purchase the new one, which is like this. The letter should be bigger. So here. Here is the one that we already swapped out the light board. So you can see the letter is bigger, and you can compare it from this end. You can see the difference. The old one has a longer hole and the new one has a shorter hole. So in case you have the longer one, the old version, you need to purchase the parts from Tesla. It's not that expensive, 100 US dollar, 100 and something US dollar. So after that, if you purchase it, you can just swap out the light bulb. We'll teach you how to do it. But you need to remove this piece anyway. So now let's try to remove this piece. We will also like to talk about the kit itself. The light board, we already stick it here. Some wiring, decoder, and this is our control unit. We will have a box for it later. But this is our control unit for the light bulb. So that's basically the tools you need. You might need some dental floss to remove this piece. So now let's try to remove this piece first. Yeah. So to remove it, you will start from one end. So you can just basically pry it out. If it's too difficult, then you can use some dental floss to do it. So this is broken, but it's okay, it's old one. But try to be more careful if you're replacing your own one. So using dental floss is better. So then you can pry it out from here. There's some more fasteners here. So like I said, this is the old one, so I don't even need to be gentle. But if you need to use the original part, just use dental floss, it's better. So you can cut out the adhesive part and then it can be pulled out very easily. So you can see, this is the old one. It doesn't have a light bulb. It doesn't have a letterboard behind. But the new one we'll see later, you will have a letterboard. So this is the old version, and you can just discard it. So then we remove the extra things here. This is useless, and then you remove the adhesive part here. So after you remove the whole piece, just clean this off. Remove the adhesive here. You can use some adhesive remover, or you can just scrub it out. Yeah. Okay, after you remove this, you need to remove this board. This is a letter board here, and it's just held by double-sided tape. So you just need to pry it out using any tool, pry tool, flathead screwdriver, or even a cutter. So just to pry it out. So just try to be gentle. Okay, so when you remove the S, just be more gentle because this piece and this piece is very fragile. So when you remove it, just make sure you don't press on it too hard, and it will bend the two pieces here. Okay, so now it's removed from the S. So yeah, see? So you will try to take it. So just be gentle when you remove this. Make sure that it doesn't bend. Okay. So now you can remove the whole thing. So see, this is taped up by the double-sided tape. And here we remove the piece and then we just put our light board here. Okay, so this is our light board. So just we use some double-sided tape here to just stick it back to the applique. And let's try to remove the double-sided tape here. Okay, so after we remove the double-sided tape, we just put it over. So now it's set here, so we just need to put it back into the car, and then we'll go back to the car now. Okay, so now we are ready to put the new one over here. So one thing I recommend is use some 3M tape to tape this hole over. This is for waterproof because before we have a clip here, but this clip is removed, so we will thread our wire into here. So we can just put something to cover it, and then I cut a little hole. So what the hole is used for is to run the wire here. So this is our applique with the light board. So we'll thread the connector inside here. Okay, so we put it here inside, and then we can cover it with another tape later. Yeah. So, and then we can install it like this. So, and then here we find back the wire. You can take out this cover. And then find the wire should be somewhere here. Yes. So here is the light wire. So we just set it here first. And then now I'm going to put this light board over. I'll just cover this up. So just use anything just to prevent water going inside. And then here, this is a new one. So we have some double-sided tape here. So if you remove it, just see if the existing adhesive is enough. If not, then you need to reapply some of the 3M tape over. So now I remove this, and then I can install the whole thing. So Let me run the wire. Up. Before that, yeah, it's also recommend you can remove this double-sided tape here. Okay, so now it's ready. So we So now I remove the tape here. Okay. So now the thing is all set here. So now let's do the wiring. So to do the wiring, we need to remove this cap, and then we run the wire. Use a fishing wire. We run the wire to here. So let's try to run it. Yes. So now we can run the wire here. This is our major wire. So this side remain in the lead area. So we'll run the other end, which is this part, back to the car. So now we'll tape this with the fishing wire. Should be enough. Let me tape it here too, just to be safe. Okay, so now let's run the wire down. So now this part we'll leave it later. We can plug it later, but this is for the lights here. So we'll connect. We'll run the light wire here. So later we'll connect this. Yeah, let's do it later. Yes, and then this one will connect to our control box. No, the control board actually. So we'll just plug it here later, and then we'll do the rest. But now let's do the wiring first. So now here is the wire that we thread out. We need to continue to run it into the cabin. So we need to remove the cover here too. So now let's try to run the wire again. So here was the wire that we run down. And now let's try to do it again one more time. See? So now I can run the wire. Okay. So for this portion, we need to run inside. So what we will do next, we actually need to remove two pieces here. One is this piece, and then we can pull this thing out. So now let's try to clean up the car a little bit. So in order to remove this piece, there is a T20 screw in here. So you need to unscrew the T20 here. So you can feel it. So here is the screw. After you remove the screw, you can pull this piece out. And then you can easily remove this piece after that. And now you can continue to fish the wire from this hole back to the car. Okay, so here it is. So let's try to see where it goes. So now I run the wire again. Okay. So now we can just put this back into this. Okay. So now is the easy part. So we run the wire. You just tuck it in. Tuck it. Tuck it along the headline. Okay, and then here we go through this line here. So Applique is recommended. So we set here, you just tuck it in. Okay. Tuck it in. Okay, so then after that we continue to run along this line. So we run all the way from here to here, to here, to here, and to here. Until we reach here, and then we will go inside here. So we will try to use a pry to remove the piece here, and then with the wire we'll go underneath here. Okay, so now it's totally hidden. And then we can continue to run along here. We can run along here and then finally reach the center of the car. Okay, so now the final step is to do the CAN decoder. This is our CAN decoder. If you're a Model S, you need to set this number 1 to on. So if you're a Model X, just do this like that, but we will set it for you actually. So now it's for the Model S. So here we will have a plug with this short wire. Plug this in, and then you can see a connector pair here. It's actually connecting to the car. For older version of Model S, this might not fit, so you need to check with us. The method to check it is you first remove this cubby drawer. To remove this cubby drawer, you just need to press down. Yeah, so it's easy to remove. So pull it out, and then on the right side of the car, no matter you're a left-hand drive or the right-hand driver, is on the right side. You can find this blue connector. It's together with this white little wire. Yeah, but in case you found that your connector is not blue, it's a white one, then you have a very old version of the Model S. You need to mark a note when you do the order. But right now we have the blue connector, which is good. So we just plug this in, and you can see the decoder light will be turned on. So on the other end of this one, this wire, there are 2 wires. So for this product, we will use the 3-pin wires. This is for the foot sensor. If you want to install the foot sensor, this is the one that you want to connect. But right now we are connecting to this one. So with the wire that will run to the front, now it's time to connect it. So we connect it. So basically the front area is set, so you can just hide the chunk of wire back into place. You can just hide it inside. Yeah, and then we can just install back the cubby drawer. So we hide all the wires inside. So now let's try to install back the cubby drawer. One thing to need to be cautioned when you install it, just take care of this two corner. When you move up, make sure it doesn't hit the chrome trim. So otherwise it will get dented. So just go inside, and then when you try to push up, you also push forward and push up, so then you will not hit the chrome piece. So now it's secured. So now everything is ready, so we will do the final connection. So here is the control board. We will have a box for it later, but right now we just wrap it. So connect this side. So now the control board light up, and this one is connected to the light connector. So we connect it, and it's set. So I stick it somewhere inside the car first. You can just set it aside, of course. I'll just stick it somewhere here. Okay, so let's try to test it. So you see, now it's working. So we try the light signal and left signal and right signal. So I'm going to do a left turn, and it should be working. And right turn, and let's step on the brake. So just basically test it for a little bit, and then it's all set. After it's all set, you can just put everything back in place. This is the button. I'll just put the button in place. And then just so, and then just install this two piece. So our tips here is when you install this piece, it's better if you just align them here first. So just, and then install the whole piece together. It will be much easier. Okay, so finally you can just remember to install this screw back in place. Okay, all set. So this is basically the install. It's not difficult. The only two pieces you need to remove is this two piece and the cubby drawer. Other than that, you don't need to remove anything at all. So the whole installation is, if going smooth, take you an hour, around an hour. I think anyone can do it, yeah, but just a little bit time consuming if you are doing it for the first time. Okay, so that's basically, thank you. I hope you like the kit.